Too often business owners today are focusing on the little things in business. They're ordering supplies, dealing with employees, and dealing with customers, when what we should be focusing on is the most important thing, cash flow. I've grown over 10 businesses from the ground up. In this podcast, you'll learn the ins and outs of building a business and how to build transferable value. And most importantly, you'll learn how to maximize cash. They call me Cash Flow Mike, and this is the clear path to cash. Hey, it's Cash Flow Mike, and welcome to the Clear Path to Cash podcast. And I'll tell you what, I'm super excited. This guy that I'm talking to today, I have known for over 10 years. We vacationed together. First of all, we knew each other because we were both Chiefs fans. I met him. We were season ticket holders right there together, sitting right next together. And we recreated a picture this year of what it was like our first year versus what it's like, today. And it looked just the same. And I'm talking about TJ Thomas from Wichita. Hey, TJ, welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey, man, thanks for having me, bro. I'm excited to do this.
Yeah, I tell you what, here's the reason I have you on, right? Because I'm super interested in what small business owners' issues are. And what's cool is that we've been friends for so long is that I saw you transition, right? I saw you when you were working, for a large corporation, and you had the world at your fingertips, right? I mean, but it just wasn't enough, right? I think you were looking for more passion out of your work. You're looking for something more, something that drove you, because I think you were just kind of in that mundane thing, just kind of going through the motions. So you left corporate America and started your own business, and it's Wichita Airstike. And I'm going to put a link to your spot.
Great, yeah.
To your business, in the show notes so people can do it. But Wichita Airstike, which I think has a strong brand, a strong presence in your market, and maybe beyond. Maybe worldwide now, right? Some of the things you've done. So I really want to promote that, because what you've done is create a local brand that is recognized. But before I start asking you any questions, I want to remind everybody, hey, you can find us on YouTube. Just go to Cash Flow Mike's channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button, get notified. Of course, we're on iTunes. We're on Google, any podcast directory that you can think of. You can find us there. So I want to talk to TJ Thomas and get him going. So TJ, again, welcome to the show, but tell us about you and that transition. Just kind of bring us up to speed on who TJ Thomas is.
You bet, man. So growing up in my business life, I started in IT years ago, and I worked actually for Fujitsu Computer Systems, and I went to continuing education. I got an MBA. I enjoy marketing, those kind of things, and I found myself good at computers. And I'm really a marketing guy, not a computer guy. And so I really quickly came to the conclusion, I'm in the wrong world. This is not the world I want to live in. I hate cubicles. I hate the politics of corporate America. I hate everything that goes along, everything it stands for, from when I have to take vacation to I only get so many days. I got to be here at that time. And so I've always had a passion for business. I've tried many businesses that failed in the past, right? And I got into martial arts. And what happened was I was a martial artist, became a black belt. I studied it, had fun with it. But then all of a sudden my son got really good at martial arts. And what transpired was Zach got really, really good. And I decided, oh my gosh, like he's going to be phenomenal. I got to come up with a place for him to be able to train. And really I said, okay, what can I do? And I went out, I said, screw it, I'm just going to go for it. And I found a little place. I got a little 1,200 square foot place. I don't remember what it cost me, like $1,500 a month. I said, you know what? I've got some people that we know that I've kind of been training. I was training out of my garage. I guess I forgot to mention that. I'd kind of done some garage training and a little gym thing. But then I decided, okay, it's time to go corporate or go retail. And I opened up within a year, I had doubled the size of that space. And within 2 years, I had gone up to 10,000 square feet. Now I'm actually sitting in a 15,000 square foot building that I actually took my little martial arts school to an entity now that includes martial arts, gymnastics, competitive cheerleading, weight loss, and kickboxing. So I've created lots more revenue streams within it to develop what is Airstike. But to answer your question directly, bro, I was miserable. I hated life. I didn't like to get up. I didn't like who I was. I didn't like who I saw in the mirror, because what I was doing with my career. And now I like life. You got a lot more stresses and different stresses as a damn business owner, because it's like I'm a plumber, a marketer, a counselor, an accountant, all these other things that you didn't have over here. But man, I get the freedom to make my own path with that. So I dig it.
Dude, I love hearing stuff like that. I always think that small business is like celebrating nobody. And here's what I mean by that. Nobody told you could do it. Nobody told you couldn't. Nobody's going to tell you what to do. You just have to go make it happen. So for me, to see you grow from the garage to 15,000 square foot with multiple revenue streams, I mean, this thing must be going 7 days a week, right?
Oh, yeah. We run 7 days a week. We really don't take a lot of time off the major holidays, but we pretty much are in business every day.
Okay, so because of that, you more than anybody had to be impacted, right? Over the last, with COVID, coronavirus, quarantine, 6 feet distancing, face mask. What's that been like for you?
So luckily, in advance to Corona, we had started to transition to somewhat of an online university where we had started to develop Teachable, to where I saw an opportunity to be able to train people remotely that didn't necessarily live in my town. So I already kind of had the framework in place, thank goodness, because the moment they slammed us down, we transitioned as many of our customers over to online Zoom calls for training in every aspect, cheerleading, martial arts, and fitness, which is great. But it doesn't work for everyone, right? So, and with the layoffs and the impacts and the things like that, my business took a 40-50% hit.
Oh, easy.
Right off the bat. And, and the unfortunate part about that is you see it still trickling, because here in Wichita, it's a big aircraft industry. And so they're still announcing layoffs, so they're still announcing furloughs and all these other things. So the trickle down effect of the economy, I'm still feeling the effects of it. They shut us down completely, and then they said, oh, you can open up. Oh, no, you can't. Oh, now you can. So we went back and forth in this emotional roller coaster. Now we're back up and running. We're supposed to be wearing masks and all these other things, but it's coming around. But if you want to, there's no worse time in the world to start a gym than July. It's like you pick
nobody wants to be inside.
It's July, and so there's a lot of challenges in there, and trying to get my market back up and get my people back, and then not only service the customers I have, but God forbid go get more people, right? So that's a whole nother animal that presents itself.
Oh my! Hey, that's super interesting, because I didn't know that you had done that. So what you've really done is expanded your market to worldwide. If you're going to stream classes, right? I mean, I can do it here in San Antonio. You're in Wichita, but I mean, you've really expanded your market and found a different way to bring revenue to your store, but virtually. Is that right?
Man, I'll tell you what the path that I'm going down is I'm really focusing on high ticket sales at this point, where if I'm going to help somebody, say, do a weight loss transformation, right? I want to be that one-on-one coach with them. I would rather coach 10 people at $300 a month than the other way around, right? At $100, 30 at 100. And so what's great about this is in Wichita, I may not have somebody that's willing to pay me $300 to lose weight. I don't know, but I can find a market where that does work. I've been able to build my base here and use what Corona has made the world used to, is this virtual stuff. I've been able to leverage that to my advantage in order to get out there more, like you said, and be able to service really anywhere in the world.
Oh, wow. Yep. That's fantastic. Hey, we're talking to TJ Thomas, and I want to remind you, if you want to hear stories like his, if you want to, take advantage of some of the lessons learned by others that have already walked the path, subscribe to the Clear Path to Cash podcast, and you can find us on iTunes, Google, Stitcher, matter of fact, iHeartRadio. It doesn't matter where you go, but subscribe, get notified about new episodes that come, every week. It's just about every week. So let's get back to TJ, though, because you said something again. You started many businesses in the past. You started them. Some of them had failed. This one seems to be going well, even in the face of adversity. There has to be some lessons that you've learned or things that you still think you don't know, right? What would that be?
I think one of the real harsh things that I harp on with my staff is ensuring that our systems are in place to serve and sell. And what I mean by that is if there's holes where we disappoint a customer, I lose them. And you all know the adage, it costs more to go get a new customer than it does to retain one. So is my system in place? And the crazy thing is, like, you throw a COVID at it, hell, I had no idea the system was even needed, right? So the idea of pivoting on a dime, I think, is super, super important to an entrepreneur. Is you got to almost thrive on it and crave it a little bit. Like, all right, man, now I'm on defense now. Like, we love football, right? Like, okay, I'm on offense now. Oh shit, I'm on defense now. I gotta go get this, right? And so you never know what's going to happen. But I think the mindset twist of, oh God, this happened to me, compared to, all right, cool, let's go. What can I do with this? And what other avenues are out there? Mike, you know as well as I do, there's so many ways to make money. That is not the issue. The issue's in our own head. The issue is getting me to go, dude, go do this. Take the risk. Go make this happen. And so you got the service side of that, but it's the sales side also. How many people do we lose? How many people do we talk to on a daily basis that we don't somehow give them information about our business? What I'm seeing is a trend as far as like relationships. People are requiring a deeper relationship to purchase. More time, more energy, more trust. I always say they have to know, like, and trust you in order to buy from you. Mm-hmm. I think that's even bigger now with this skeptic world that we live in. Everybody, I mean, bro, it's fake news every single day, everywhere you see. And so think of the mindset of the human being, let alone these poor people that are coming up behind us. They're so used to BS all of their life that we have to work harder to build the relationship to even get them to open their wallets. We have to truly care. And sometimes that's hard because you don't care about them sometimes and you just want their money. And I hate to say that, but that's life. Everybody in their job doesn't love what they're doing, right? Somebody's a pain in the butt. But if they're a pain in the butt, I got to show them I care. And so that really comes back to me personally, making sure that I put that out there for me. Okay, I'm going to care about this guy. He's a pain in my butt. But you know what? I'm going to do that for me, for my entity, to make sure Airstrike's always known as somebody that cares.
You know, one of the things I learned early on is about that caring is people don't care what you know until they know that you care. And I think you're living that every day, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
It's really true. So,
yeah.
Hey, when you left corporate America, and this is a question I get from a lot of people, like, I'm just scared, right? Were you scared? Or, you know, what was it, and how'd you get past it?
I don't know if I can use bad words on here, but I was scared shit, Mike. Right? Yeah, you know what, Mike? I'm scared shitless today. It doesn't go away, bro. like it's got to be an embracement within myself that I thrive on this fear, man. Like, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know. Dude, I don't get unemployment. I don't have all these other things that you get with the corporate America life. It is scary. But if you just realize that it's going to be scary and you go for it, I think that's my biggest advice to people. Is I see so many people out there with so much potential that are sitting on it, mm-hmm. that don't go for it. You know, I deal a lot with weight loss, and weight loss is so emotional and mental that people, when they decide to lose weight, they go for it. I just did a talk the other day. This came to my head. Faith is the gateway to peace. And what I mean by that is, I'll use it in a spiritual sense for a manner. If I have faith in God, I have peace. Because I know that if I truly have faith in God, he's going to take care of everything, period. So I'm peaceful, mm-hmm. in that manner. So look at a diet, for example. If I give you a diet regimen that is guaranteed but a 100% in your own mind that it's going to work, and you believe in it 100%, it's easy. It's the doubt in the systems that leads us to being unsettled. So if we have faith in our systems, we have peace. We have faith in our relationships, we have peace. And I really try to go back to that in my own head. It's like, the problem's not the problem. The problem isn't the weight loss. It's do I believe? Do my customers believe? Does the world believe? And I think that if you can get your mind wrapped around that, man, go for it. I encourage anybody to step out, man. Bro, it's life's short, man. You know that.
Yeah, sure.
I talk about it all the time, but people die left and right. And hell, I don't know if I'm gonna wake up tomorrow or not, but by God, you know me and you, we have fun, bro. We've had some really good times together. We don't ever hang out at a 2. Mike and I are at a 12 every freaking time we hang out. It hasn't always been the greatest result for us, but we always have a good time. But that's our personality too. And so if you're in that scenario that's not necessarily your personality, but you still have this vision and stuff like that, find somebody that is. Yeah. One of the exercises that I use with myself a lot, Mike, is I step back and I go, okay, Mr. Owner, what's the best course of action? Where do you need TJ in this business? Where does TJ fit within this? Because I'm over here and here's my employee TJ, right? So I separate myself. And there's times like, I know I need to sales and market and I need to be the voice and the vision, not do accounting. I hate accounting with every ounce of my being, right? But so find somebody to do that. Find somebody to take that away from you. Find somebody to relieve you of that tension so that you can truly focus. Because we focus on this stuff, the mundane BS, the HR, whatever it is. So as a true owner, which is hard to do when you're small or when you're starting up, you have to play so many roles. But if you position yourself to where you can say, okay, here's where TJ fits best in this grand scheme of things. I do that exercise a lot. I really think, okay, is this best for the company?
Yeah. Interesting. So, all right, last question, and I ask this of everyone, right? Let's imagine your best friend starting a business tomorrow.
Yep.
You know, what advice would you give him? Based on everything you know, what advice would you give your best friend?
Make a decision, figure it out later.
Make it happen, right? Just make a decision and go.
I mean, like, you have to decide, because it's just like we use consultants. I consult with people. I charge people money for consulting. I pay consultants, those kinds of things. Think about this. If I'm willing to give a consultant X amount of dollars, I have to be willing to listen to them and do what they say to do, because they're obviously the expert in my eyes. And so to do that, if they don't use what I say, what I pay for, then it's a waste. So put your, I lost my train of thought, but you understand what I'm saying. You have to, you got to go for it, man. You got to just you don't need to know it all. I don't need to have it all laid out. I don't need to know. Shit, I have no idea what's going to happen. Hey, that's part of it, right? That's part of it. That's part of the freaking fun, man. Is like, I'm going to call Mike, bro, you won't believe this shit. I just hit $1 million and I just did this and I love you, bro. Or, hey, dog, hey, bro, can I borrow $100?
Hey, and you never had to do that. So
I've never had to do that. But I would, if you know what I mean? So,
that's right. Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, TJ, I want to thank you for coming in, but I'll tell you what, this has been my funnest episode so far. Man, you got a lot of energy, man. I hope people
let the world know.
Yeah. So, hey, you've been listening to The Clear Path to Cash. We were talking to TJ Thomas from Wichita Airstike. And I tell you, he is a solid person. Check out his website. Check out his programs. I mean, if you're somewhere and you're looking for training, you're looking for consulting, call TJ. Hey, I'm Cashflow Mike, and you've been listening to the Clear Path to Cash podcast. And as always, don't be a dumb business owner.